Boeing is getting a boardroom shake-up as it suffers major losses. Chief Executive Dennis Muilenburg is being replaced next month following criticism of his handling of the 737 MAX controversy. The new aircraft remains grounded by airlines worldwide following 2 crashes within 5 months. Industry regulators need to approve new software before takeoff clearance is given. Well, Rosiland Jordan joins us now live from Washington, D.C. And the pressure really has been mounting on Muilenburg. In the end, it wasn't a resignation, it was a firing, wasn't it?
Well, especially if you take a look at the press release which Boeing put out earlier on Monday, it does appear that Dennis Muilenburg was fired, even though the press release says, and I'm quoting here, that Dennis Muilenburg has resigned from his positions as Chief Executive Officer and Board Director effective immediately. The statement goes on to say, and again I'm quoting, the Board of Directors decided a change in leadership was necessary to restore confidence in the company moving forward as it works to repair relationships with regulators, customers, and all other stakeholders. That's a pretty damning statement coming from one of the world's biggest multinational corporations, one that has an integral part in many countries' airline traffic, and certainly one that has not just cost the lives of 346 people since October 2018, but also has cost the company more than $8 billion since these 2 fatal plane crashes.
Rosiland, Muilenburg may be gone, but what is it going to take to get Boeing back on track and get those 737 MAX aircraft back in the skies?
Well, as the quote from the Board of Directors indicated, first, the 737 MAX's software is going to have to pass muster, not just with U.S. airline regulators, but probably with European airline regulators as well. That's a critical problem. The training of pilots on the 737 MAX is going to have to be of the highest quality. And again, it's going to have to satisfy regulators in a number of countries before this plane is allowed to return to service. It's also going to be a question of getting the confidence back of major carriers that rely on the 737 for so-called short-haul flights between 1 and 5 hours or 6 hours long. That includes the major U.S. airline companies, which had really built their business model around putting the 737 MAX into their fleets. Because this plane has been grounded, it really has disrupted their economic plans, and it has affected their ability to offer more flights to their customers. So the domino effect, as it were, is really having a financial impact, but it also is making people very nervous about whether they should be trusting themselves and their families to Boeing products right now.
Rosiland, thank you. Rosiland Jordan live there from Washington, D.C.